not that cool. Anyway, if you're on your mat at this very moment, congratulate yourself for not having given up, even though it's really cold today. And a reminder, this is a community yoga class that runs by donation, so every little bit counts. So you can give a little bit, and please do so. Otherwise, we understand it is a difficult situation at the moment. So today we are doing our high traditional yoga class, and we're going to be doing breathing technique. But before, I would like to explain a little bit of a beautiful sutra, which was written by the sage Patanjali about what yoga is. So we tend to think that yoga is all these movements and all this that we're going to do today, but really all these are just preparing us to reach a state of yoga. It says, sutra says, yogas chitta ditthi nirodha. And this means that through the practice of yoga, the fluctuations of your mind cease to exist. And when this happens, you rest in your true nature, which means the ultimate reality of liberation. But really, this sounds a bit mystical, but in reality it means that you stop being a slave of your mind, which is the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind, the three states of our mind. We are slave to it every day. So through the practice, and today through the practice, I will ask you to be very attentive to your own thoughts, what's happening in your mind, what pops in, what kind of judgment comes, and observe without judging yourself about the thought that came in. And then later, after the class, maybe later in the day, reflect on these thoughts and ask yourself whether these thoughts help or not. Do they serve you? Do you really have to believe those thoughts? What about did you doubt about these thoughts and just don't buy into them? Maybe they'll open a door for a different way of living, a different way of being present and acceptant about yourself and your body and about others. Okay, so let's begin with the pranayama technique. If you have eaten, please do not do this breathing technique. Just sit and observe your breath while we do this technique with everybody that has not eaten anything. So go on your knees. If you are going to do the technique, the way you want to sit down on your knees, if you don't have any injury, is with your heels a little bit apart and left foot over the right foot. So it makes like a little seat for your butt. So once there, lay your hands over your thighs, and the first time is you're going to observe what I do. In this breathing technique is called Kapalabhati, and the exhalation is forceful. The inhalation just happens naturally. You don't have to do anything to inhale. So first you inhale, and you're going to exhale using your ab muscles. Much like if someone is punching you in your belly. That sensation, only you're not going to curl. You're going to try to keep yourself as straight as possible. Relax up here, chest a little bit up, and then you inhale, and we're going to go very slow. So it's like 1 per second. Basically something like this. You inhale. Yeah. It will clean all your nasal cavity and it's a cleansing technique. So it will activate yourself, then you will have a lot more energy. So it's very good to do in the morning. It will wake you up. If you feel dizzy, that means you're going to fast, or you just need to take a bit more gentle, less strong. Yeah, it will also build core strength. So while you do it, you can focus on your navel. Okay, we're gonna do only 3 cycles of 10, and that's it. In between each cycle, you're just gonna stay a little while, just feeling how you feel, noticing anything different, and then start the other cycle. Okay, so let's start. First, inhale normally. And stay there for a little while. You're welcome to go faster if you have felt very comfortable. Stop and just stay still, because you don't want to do anything that can harm you. It has to be something really nice. It's enjoyable. It's going to be enjoyable and make you feel a lot better. And stay a little while here, noticing maybe how you feel. Maybe you feel slightly different. And grab your left wrist with your right. Inhale and exhale, gently to the right side. Inhale, swap your hands. And exhale to the other side. Don't have your feet wide apart. It's better. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to the center, hands down. Now walk to the front of your mat, and you're going to begin with our sun salutation in half of your leg. So first, stand straight, hands next to your thighs. Uttanasana. Keep lengthening out. And 3 as you exhale, go all the way down to the floor. Exhale here. Relax your best and relax your torso, relax your head. Letting everything go down. Now close your fingers together. And 3 breaths here once you have relaxed. 1. 3. Now push through your hands, look a little bit up, and take your right leg back. Knee down. And here, just look up, close your eyes, and work on taking your hips down to the floor, shoulders back, arching a little bit, chest more forward, over your leg. Feeling the hip flexors extending. Noticing your breath. Now, as you inhale, take the front leg to the back. We're going to hold in plank for 1 breath. And then we exhale, taking our knees down, bending our elbows and chest down, and forehead down. Make sure your elbows are close to your body. If possible, heels and toes together, hips up. It's a Ashtanga, the only points that are touching the back, your forehead, your hands, your chest, your hips and your toes. Two. 3. And do your toes, your pelvis, your chin, and inhale to a baby cobra. So in baby cobra we have our legs strong, extended, engaged, kneecaps lifted, feet pressing from the ground, pubic bone against the floor, lengthening forward with our chest, and we are not using our hands. So if you were using your hands and you remove your hands and you fall down, then here is where you should be, so you can work on the strength to lift. And look at the nose or close your eyes. And breath. Exhale, chin down. And push back to a downward facing. 3 breaths. Keep lengthening. Evenly pressing the mat with both hands and arms straight. Neck in line with the arms, looking to the toes. Now look in between your hands, take your right leg in between, and lower the back knee down to the floor, looking up but closing your eyes. Pressing your hip forward to the floor, chest forward, shoulders back, lengthening towards the ceiling. 1 more breath. Exhale, bringing the back leg forward next to the other foot. Exhale there. And 3 breaths here. 1.
Try to soften as much as you can the area of your pelvis so that you keep lengthening with the help of gravity. Relaxing more. Taking the breath to whatever sensations you have, perhaps in your hamstrings. Breathing deeply or a little deeper than usual. Now inhale all the way up. Stretch back, interlace your fingers. Reach, hold for 3 breaths. Perhaps a little deeper, but always reaching up first. Exhale, hands to the Namaskar position, to the heart center. One more time, the other leg. Inhale up. Hold for 3 breaths. Keep lengthening. Find your own depth in the practice. If you're very flexible, maybe you can go a little bit back, but do not force your back. One more breath. And exhale, reaching forward and down, down, down. Relax again, 3 breaths here. 1. Hands in the floor, ideally, otherwise you can just point your fingertips towards the floor. If your hands are on the floor, fingertips close together. 1 more breath. And this time, as you lift your head, take your left leg back and exhale, down, grounding the back leg to the floor, back knee to the floor. And the same, even if the posture seems like a static, you are actually quite active in the posture, working on getting your hips lower down, on getting more forward with your chest, shoulders more down, head more up. So you're not really sleeping in the postures. They're very conscious use of every little bit of your body. 1 more breath here. Exhale, taking that front leg into a plank posture. 1 breath here. And as you exhale, knees down, chest down, forehead down. 3 breaths here. Moving your shoulders away from your ears and elbows towards your torso. Keeping your awareness inside of your body, under your toes, your pelvis, your chin. Inhale to a baby cobra. Engage your legs. Hold this posture. Remember, maybe you can hold a little bit higher up. Find your own level. Make sure you're gentle, yet you apply right effort. One more breath. Exhale. Chin down. Tuck your toes. And push up to a downward facing dog. Remember, you can always transition using your knees. The practice is your own practice and you're the master of your body, so you have to make the right choices. Fingertips close together for the Hatha Yoga practice. Keep lengthening your spine, pushing your pelvis up to the ceiling. One more breath here. Now inhale, taking the left leg between your hands. Ground the right leg down to the floor and look up. And close your eyes. And the same, every time you repeat a posture is an opportunity to observe more, witness more. Maybe find if you can go a little deeper. Inhale, bringing the back leg next to the other leg at the front. Exhale down. Relax more. Notice any difference. Even though we repeat the posture, it's a new moment. One more breath. Inhale all the way up, straightening your arms, stretching back for 3 breaths. 1. And lengthen. Use your inhalation to grow taller. Shoulders next to your ears. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Now begin 2 more cycles in which is just 1 breath per posture. So inhale the way up. Exhale, reaching down. Inhale, right leg back, knee to the floor. Hold here, exhale. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, front leg to the back, to a plank posture. Inhale here. Exhale to Shashtanga. Undo your toes, your pelvis, your chin. Inhale to a cobra, baby cobra or a full cobra. Exhale down and push to a upward facing dog, downward facing dog. As you finish your exhalation, inhale, bringing the right leg forward, looking up. Then exhale, bringing the back leg next to the front leg. Exhale to the floor. Inhale all the way up. Stretch back. And exhale, hands to the heart center. We go again. Inhale all the way up. Stretch back. Exhale, reaching forward, 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 and down. Inhale, taking the left leg back and looking up. Exhale, taking the front leg to a plank posture. Inhale here. Exhale, going down to Shashtanga. Under your toes, your pelvis, your chin. Inhale to baby cobra or all the way to a full Bhujangasana or full cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, push into a downward facing dog. Exhale here in downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing the left leg in between your hands. Knee down, looking up. Then exhale, bringing that back leg to the front. Exhale there, in forward bend. Inhale all the way up. Reach back. And exhale, hands in Namaskar position. 1 more time. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Inhale, bring the right leg back. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, plank. Inhale here. Exhale, Shashtanga. Inhale to cobra or baby cobra. Exhale down. Push up, downward facing dog. As you inhale, exhale here. And then inhale, bringing the right leg in between your hands, looking up. Exhale, left leg forward, next to your hands. Exhale down in a forward bend. Inhale all the way up. Stretch back. And then exhale, we continue all the movement all the way down. Forward bend. Inhale, left leg back. Left knee down, looking up. Exhale, front leg to the back, plank. Exhale to Ashtanga or Shashtanga. Undo the toes, the pelvis, and inhale to your baby cobra or the full version of the posture. Exhale down. Inhale, push up to a downward facing dog. Exhale here. Inhale, left leg in between your hands. Look up. Back leg forward. Exhale here. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands down. All the way next to your hands. Now, take your knees. We're gonna do Tolasana, so it is easier if you have your legs, your feet hip width apart. A lot more difficult, you have your feet together, so choose which is better for you, which is easier. So bend your knees, and from here, take your hands to the front, bend your wrists, and go on your toes. Press your legs together. Maybe lean a little bit down more. Maybe lift your toes, your ankles more, your heels more. Breathe. Focus on something in the front. 2 more breaths. Maybe more higher up on your heels. Inhale. Exhale down to forward bend. And use that heat to maybe stretch a little bit more. And feel the release. From here, bend your knees to your own level of squat. Maybe you will go all the way down. Maybe it will be a little higher up. All good. Choose your variation. Inhale, hands to the back. And hold. Keep your legs strong, pressing together. Inhale, hands to the front. And roll to your bum. And we're gonna rest for just 5 breaths. Noticing how the sun salutations warm up our body. Noticing the breath, the heartbeat. 3, 4, and 5. Bring all your limbs together. Bend the left knee. Take your left arm to the right shoulder and roll to the right side. And find your way to a standing posture for our standing sequence. So take your right leg to the back. We're gonna begin with warrior 1. So the wider your stance, the more difficult it is. Make sure you are grounded, you're really comfortable, that you feel that you have a strong foundation in your legs. Back foot should be really pressing firmly down, not lifting. So your little toes actually touching the ground firmly. Your legs should be active, kneecap lifted, activate your glute, chest to the front, bend to your own limit. Interlace your fingers, pointing the index up. Inhale, going up. Squeeze your head with your arms. Make sure your front leg is aligned. That means your knee is aligned with your heel, not going inwards. If you want more depth in the practice, then you can go a little lower down. With each inhalation, you're reaching higher up. Look up and hold. Notice your breath and deepen, if possible, your breath a little bit. Maybe up with your chest and back. You should not be feeling your lower back. If you're feeling your lower back, you should go up. So think of taking your chest forward and up continuously. One more breath here. As you inhale, push the front leg up. Open your arms. Take your right arm to your hip. Push your right hip to the back, and lean forward to a Trikonasana. So you're welcome just to stay high, depending on your flexibility, or go all the way down to the floor. Now, make sure your head is aligned to your feet, to your foot, and your torso is over your leg, not in between. You have to keep that aligned. It's very important. If you can place your hand in the floor, just place your hand in the floor. Now, take attention to your right shoulder and begin to open your chest, leading with that shoulder. If your chest is fully open, then you can look up, see how that goes. And if you're really comfortable with your chest fully open, then you have the alignment to have your hand up. Otherwise, keep looking down and lengthen. So shoulders away from the ears. The scapula are actually going down your back. You're looking at your thumb. Your fingers are close together. Your legs are actively pressing the mat, so you're not just standing. Imagine you're pressing the mat apart with your feet, like ripping it. Avoid back bending in the posture. In fact, you want a little bit of a tuck in your tailbone. Now look down. Take the arm that is up back to your hip. Bend the front knee. Take your back foot in 90-degree angle and inhale to a warrior two. Maybe walk a little bit the front foot, because warrior two requires a longer stance. And give priority to have your knee over your heel. This will work your butt. And your hip will be a little close here, but that's fine. You have to protect your knee first. Elongate with your arms, reaching away, chest to the side, shoulders down, looking at the fingertips. Maybe bend more. Focus. Notice your breath. Notice your feet. Notice your legs. One more breath here. Now inhale, taking the front leg, arm back for a stretch. Try to keep your torso in the same position, in the sense that it's aligned to the ceiling, not to the side. Hold. Keep lengthening. One more breath. Inhale, pushing through the front leg. And exhale, going down to the floor with both hands, arranging your back foot and hip facing forward to the wall, and exhale for a pyramid pose. Now you may have a bend, that's okay. Maybe you're holding through your hands or fingertips. And relax as much as you can. Now look in between your hands, bend the front leg and lift the back leg. And keep your back foot flexed, and we're just gonna hold here in a simple version of warrior three. You're welcome to lift your fingertips if you wish, or keep them down for a little of balance. You can have your front knee bend if you need, you can have your leg even down if this is too hard for you. So find your level. Now bend the front knee and bring the back knee next to the other foot. Straighten both of your legs and exhale down. And see if you can relax here. And feel the difference of one side that's worked and the other side is a little bit colder perhaps. Now rounding your back, inhale going up, hands up all the way. Exhale, back to the Namaskar position. Now we do the other side. I'm gonna step in this side so you can see me. Left leg back, 45-degree angles for our warrior. Remember to engage that butt. Leg is very active, pressing firmly the mat. So it's actually better for you to have your legs closer so you can ground the edge of the back foot rather than have a longer stand and be lifting, okay? So ground yourself, make sure you're really properly aligned, chest forward, hands together, pointing your index, inhale up. Squeeze your head with your arms and work on lengthening forward before you go back. So first is forward with your chest, up, and then you can try to go back. Don't look for big changes in one day. Just try to be as conscious of every single bit of your body, your back foot, your front foot, your knee, your chest, your arms, your hands. Looking up. Using the breath to lengthen. Inhale one more time. Exhale, pushing the front leg. Inhale here, opening to the sides with your hands. Left hand to your left hip. Push hip back, reach, and exhale down to the same variation you did before. If you were high, then repeat exactly the same length. If you can reach the floor, then reach the floor. Fingertips are close together. Now, align your head with the foot. Then begin to open, leading with the left shoulder. First, work on opening your shoulder, your chest to the side. If your chest is fully open, maybe you can look up. If you see that you're aligned, then hand goes up, the left hand. If your chest is not fully open, do not extend your arm. Looking at your thumb, the fingers are close together. Keep working on lengthening. Even if you're not touching the floor, you can be lengthening your arms away from the neck. Tailbone a little bit tucked, legs very active, pressing the mat consciously. Noticing your breath. Trembling is good. Now look down. Left hand to the left hip. Bend the front leg. Open the back foot to a 90-degree angle. Inhale, lifting to a warrior two. Walk the foot a little bit forward so you have a larger stance. Look to the fingertips of the right hand. Chest forward. If you want, you can bend more. Make sure you're pushing the knee, the front knee, so it's over the heel. Use your breath, deepen your breath. Both legs are really active, pressing the mat apart. Arms extending continuously. In the next inhalation, inhale, reaching with the front arm all the way up and back. Sink away from the floor. One more inhalation here. In your next inhalation, push the front leg to straighten. Inhale and exhale, reaching forward with both hands like cartwheel. Align both your feet to face the front and exhale to a pyramid pose. Maybe you find yourself in a too large stance. You can have a shorter stance. And do your best to relax as much as you can. Listen to your breath, even closing your eyes. Now looking between your hands to your foot, bend the front leg, transferring the weight to that leg, and gently lifting the back leg. Remember, you don't have to go all the way up. Find your level, maybe just a little bit, maybe higher up. Yeah, flexing your foot. Maybe on your fingertips, maybe you will lift all the way. Maybe you will choose a different variation. Remember, you don't have to force yourself to do anything. Find your own level. One more breath. Exhale, bring that leg to the front. And exhale, down. And notice any difference in your legs, in your bum. See if you can relax even more your torso. Now bend your knees all the way to a squat. Hands reaching to the front. Arms super extended. Inhale, taking your arms behind your back, all the way up, elbows up. Now inhale, hands to the front. Exhale here, and inhale all the way up, Utkatasana. So in this version, we're gonna squeeze our hands, our head, with our arms. And you're gonna go as low as you can. As low as you can. Try to keep your back straight, so you're sort of pointing your butt back, but you're lengthening. Use your breath to grow taller without moving your legs. One more breath. Exhale, chest to your knees. Straighten your legs one more time. Notice if it feels actually a little better. And now, bend your knees, coming to all the way down to the floor for our Shalabhasana series. So take your hands to your back, fingertips pointing down, chin to the floor. Inhale, right leg up. Point, leg very straight. Both hips should be in the floor. One more breath. Exhale, leg down. Inhale the other leg. Lifting the left leg. Ground both hips to the floor. Looking at your nose or close your eyes. Make sure the leg is very straight. Thinking lengthening away from your pelvis rather than up. Exhale, leg down. One breath here. Now both legs as you inhale. So exhale first and then inhale. Again, think of lengthening away from your pelvis, towards the back wall. Legs very straight. One more breath. Exhale down. Now take your hands next to your rib cage. Lift for baby cobra again. Preparing for Dhanurasana. So first, from here, we're gonna lift our legs only. Make sure they're very straight and strong. Remember, you're not using your arms. Hold here. Hands at the back. 5 breaths. 1, 2. Remember, you can have your legs down if you need. 3, 4, 5. Relax down to the floor, head to one side. 2 breaths. Chin back to the center. Lift up again. Arms back, legs back, bend your knees. Now here, use the strength of your butt to lift your thighs higher up off the floor. Hold. Butt really active. One more breath. Exhale down. Look to the other side. 2 deep breaths here. Chin to the front. Inhale, lifting shoulders up. Hands at the back. Repeat the same thing, or repeat this one if you felt very well in this one, and you can reach, then grab your feet and lift up. So push through your feet away from your hands, but push your chest forward. So it's a counter pose. You're sort of counter force. And push your pelvic bone down to the floor. One more breath. Exhale down. Look to the right side. We're going to repeat that one more time. Chin back to the center. Inhale, lifting your shoulders and your hands. Then your legs. Repeat the same variation you did or go all the way again to lift. One more time in Dhanurasana. This time look up. Keep creating space in your vertebra, but going forward with your chest, back with your legs, and up. One more breath. Exhale down. Take your hands to your chest, near your ribs, and push to a Balasana or child pose. Deepening your breath, noticing your breathing pattern, maybe your heartbeat. Now close your knees together for a deeper stretch in your back. Now interlace your hands over your back and then round your back, taking the crown or the top of your head to the floor. Keeping your arms straight, let them be where they can be. Round your back and undo your hands. Lift your torso up. Stay here for a little while with your eyes closed. Now opening your eyes, wanna cross our legs to find in a seated posture. Extending your legs to the front. Inhale and exhale to Paschimottanasana, forward bend. Now here, you're welcome to have your knees bent. If you're very far away, you can have your knees bent. And if you're gonna have your knees bent, you wanna glue your torso to your chest and begin from there to straighten your legs to your own limit. This is another way to access your forward bend. It's very helpful if you're very stiff. If you're very, or maybe closer to your legs, then you can begin to do a little ripple of your spine. So every time you inhale, you sort of do a little wave, in which as you exhale, you sort of belly bottom to the floor, and chest to the floor, and head to the floor. Inhale, you sort of move a little bit, elongating, lifting your belly, going more farther away from your hips with your torso. You can also work on pushing your sitting bones back, while you're lengthening with your body forward. Traditionally, you will be sucking your belly in. And use this opportunity to bring your awareness inwards while you are in a forward bend. You can have your eyes closed and notice all the sensations in your body and direct the breath to where you need it. That means direct it to where you have a discomfort. Two more breaths here. Inhale, lifting up all the way. Now interlace your hands at the back. Actually, this way. You're going to interlace just the thumbs. So thumbs interlaced. Now roll, sort of exhale, round your back. And here you can have your knees bent as well and lift them. Yeah? Or you can have your knees straight. So your choice. Yep. And now your hands, lift them up as much as you can. And hold this variation. One more breath. Exhale, relax everything. Interlace your fingers the other way and repeat. Exhale. And then inhale, lifting. Remember, you can have your knees bent. It can be even like that, touching the floor. So find your level Extend your arms up and away from the floor. One more breath. Exhale, relax. Now bend your right knee. Let it drop to the side. And if your leg is very high up, then just don't force it anyway and leave it where it is. If your knee is very close to the floor, you can take it closer to your groin. Yeah? And regardless of where you are, you're going to try to fold forward. First, align your torso with your leg. So a little twist is good, so you know your torso is right in front of your leg. And then exhale, reaching down the floor. Working to lengthen from the pelvis, from the belly button. Rather than trying to get your head to your knee, try to get your belly button to the thigh. Five more breaths here. Close your eyes and really focus on feeling, on what is it that you are experiencing, where exactly you feel something. Be curious. The more present you are, the less your mind will wander. It really is just a matter of attention. Keeping your hands where they are, straighten your arms. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, chinning. Now swap legs very gently. Straighten the right leg. Do the same with the left leg, so let it fall wherever it goes. If you can move it closer to your groin and feel comfortable, then do that. Align your chest with your knee, and then exhale down. And deepen your breath. Breathing only through your nose. It is very important because breathing through your nose activates the digest and rest response, which is also the healing response of the body. Three more breaths. Now inhale, keeping your hands where they are, straightening your elbows, looking up. Use this opportunity to press your belly button down to your thigh. Exhale, chin in. Release your hands. Now bring both legs together to butterfly or Baddha Konasana. Interlace your fingers under your feet. And here you really want to have two conscious actions. The first is really pressing your feet together. Even though they're open, you press your feet. So it's an action of your legs going this way, and then an action of your legs going that way. Yeah? So it's continuously, I may look like I'm doing nothing, but I'm really pressing together and pressing down. Yeah? So you develop strength in your range, your end range of flexibility. And lifting up through your chest. Maybe chin a little bit in, closing your eyes. And as you breathe in, visualize the breath going up through your spine, from the tailbone to the top of the head. And as you exhale, the breath goes down, back to the tailbone. Ideally, try to feel the breath going up and down, but it can begin just with visualization. Now release your hands and see if you can fall forward. Yeah, wherever you go, all good, not forcing, just try to relax your torso wherever it goes. One day it will be fully flat. But keep pressing your legs down to the floor, knees down to the floor and feet together. Just relaxing your torso wherever you are. Closing your eyes as well. Noticing where you feel something. And directing the breath to those sensations. One more breath here. Inhale, going all the way up to a seated posture, and then open your legs in a sort of a 90-degree angle. And from here, begin walking. Now, make sure you're very straight, and you want to lead with your belly rather than doing this. That's another posture, but we're not going to do that one today. It's just this. So try to pivot from your hip, sort of pushing your sitting bones back, pressing your legs down, feet flex, and begin to go down, 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 down. One day you will go all the way down. Looking at your nose or closing your eyes. Remember, don't look for quantity, but just quality is much better. Yoga is a practice of a lifetime, so don't look for big changes in a second. It's just through repetition. The more you repeat, the more you will get there. Now take your hands to the front. Some of you, if you can reach with your elbows, then reach with your elbows. If you're around here, whatever you are, do your best to reach at your limit. And from there, you're gonna inhale, pushing your belly to the front, pushing shoulders back and down, and inhale up. And then exhale, rounding. Rounding, pushing your back to the back wall. And then again, inhale, really leading with your belly button as you inhale. Sort of arching your back up. And then exhale, rounding, pushing again. One last time, inhale. And then exhale. And now, closing your legs together. Let's do one last bolita, last ball. And then before we go to the floor, tight ball. Try to find your balance. Remember, you can have your feet in the floor or your tips and toes. Yeah. And very slowly begin to open your arms. Try your best to not spring. To not spring open. And keep taking those knees to your chest. Remember, the only thing that matters is your intention and your effort. Your body will try to follow. One day it will get there. Arms extending away, feet closer to your thighs. One more breath. And exhale, straightening your legs and lowering down very slowly, as if you don't want to go to the floor. Thinking of massaging your back. Sort of forget your core for a while so you feel really what's going on in your bones of the spine. Maybe rocking to one side and the other as you go down. Sort of really noticing the spine until you get down to the floor. Inhale, hands all the way to the back for a nice stretch. Arch your back up, lifting it off the floor. And then exhale to the opposite, press it to the floor. Press it, exhale, relax. Hands back next to your butt. Take your feet in and inhale, lifting up to stretch your hip flexors. A little bit of a gentle back bend. Maybe interlace your hands underneath, or maybe not. If you have your hands under your back and your hands are interlaced, then you can keep pushing to try to take your chest closer to your chin. Pushing through your heels, pushing your tailbone up to the ceiling. Hips up, hips are more. Hold. And exhale, rolling Undo your hands and try to go down as slow and as rounded as you can, as if you could feel each little bone of your vertebrae. Very slowly, especially in the lower back, because it tends to just fall flat to the floor. So try to really round that bit. You have to tuck your pelvis a lot so you can really feel those back vertebra, last vertebra. And now cross your legs, and so right leg over left leg, and let your legs go to the left side for a twist. Palms facing up, look to the right side. Breathing to the side of the body that is facing up. And notice if your breathing gets a little bit difficult, and consciously try to relax more so that your breathing eases. Now inhale, legs back to the center, cross the other way, and allow them to drop to the right side. Relax, relax, and let it go. Inhaling to the left side. Now inhale back to the center and do the crossing. Grab your feet for a happy baby posture. Sort of taking your knees towards your armpits and rock to one side and the other. Unless you can reach the floor, then you won't rock. But otherwise, rock. So find a little bit of enjoyment in the rocking, of releasing of your back, and look for it to feel nice. Now release your hands, and this time try to lift a little bit your bum off the floor, keeping your legs super relaxed, nothing fancy. Just hold your hips with your hands. If you're really comfortable, maybe you want to straighten your legs. You're welcome to do a shoulder stand if you wish. If this is the first you're doing this, then don't do a shoulder stand. Just stay in the very first posture, very relaxed. With your knees bent. Closing your eyes. Then very gently returning, engage your core. If you need some help for your hands to go down, then use your hands so that you don't fall abruptly. Now straighten your legs to the front. Take your hands under your butt, facing down the floor. Push through your elbows to arch your back and gently landing your head on the floor for a fish pose. In the fish pose, engage your abs, push your sacrum down to the floor, and lift your chest as you inhale. Closing your eyes. One last breath. In your next inhalation, lift your head, look to your belly button, and then undo your hands and open your feet and your hands to enter Shavasana, the final rest, where our bodies absorb all the practice and where we can talk to our subconscious mind. Relax as much as you can. Take a deep breath in and say ah, and drop everything to the floor. One more time. Inhale deeply and and the last time. Inhale and stay there, observing your body, noticing very attentively what's going on inside. Observe your breath now. Take your attention to your lungs and notice the feeling of the breathing in your lungs. Just notice. Where do you feel it? How do you feel it? Now bringing your legs and arms next to your body together. Bend your left knee, take your left hand to your right shoulder and roll to the right side using your right arm like a pillow. And take a few or a couple of breaths here. And then gently go up to a seated posture, keeping your eyes closed at all times. Back straight, do not open your eyes, keep them closed. Now take your index and your middle finger to your forehead in between your eyebrows. The left hand is on your knee, facing up. I'm gonna focus on the sensation of having your fingers touching your forehead. And remember that sensation, register that sensation. The pressure, the temperature, the location, every single detail. Now remove the hand, place it in the knee, and do your best to keep feeling exactly as if the hand was still there. Just by using your memory, recreate the sensation. Now let go of the exercise, just 2 breaths here, doing nothing, with no expectation, no nothing. Gently opening your eyes, looking down to the floor, and try to keep the sensation as if your eyes were closed. Gently lifting your gaze now. Taking your hands to your heart center for one long Om to close the class. Exhale your air. Inhale deeply to your belly. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today and hoping to see you next Thursday. Bye.